Betrayal isn't just about losing trust in someone, it's about losing trust in yourself. You sit there wondering, how did I not see this coming? Was I not enough? Will I ever be able to love or trust again? But let me tell you something, this pain will not define you. It will shape you into someone stronger, wiser, and unstoppable. Welcome to Powerful Stoic Way, where we turn heartbreak into strength and setbacks into comebacks. If you've ever been betrayed, if someone you loved and trusted completely walked away, lied, cheated, or broke your heart, then this video is for you, because this is not the end of your story. This is where you rise. I know how it feels, that sinking emptiness, that voice in your head replaying every moment, wondering what went wrong. But today, we're flipping the script. You're going to learn how to heal, set rock-solid boundaries, and rebuild trust. But this time, on your terms. No more letting betrayal break you. It's time to take your power back. Before we dive in, do me a favor. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. This is your space for growth, for wisdom, and for becoming the strongest version of yourself. And if you've ever experienced betrayal, drop a heartbreak emoji in the comments. Let's show each other that we're not alone in this. Now, let's get into it. Because your story doesn't end with betrayal, it begins with your rise. Number 1. Acknowledge the pain. Own your story. Betrayal is one of the most painful experiences a person can go through. It shakes the foundation of your trust, not just in the person who hurt you, but in yourself. You begin questioning everything. Was I not enough? Did I deserve this? How did I not see the signs? The emotions that follow betrayal are heavy: anger, sadness, confusion, and even shame. But here's the first thing you need to know. You cannot heal what you refuse to feel. The pain is real, and pretending it doesn't exist won't make it go away. The only way out is through. Too many people try to distract themselves after betrayal, jumping into another relationship, drowning in work, or numbing themselves with temporary pleasures. But those are just band-aids over a deep wound. True healing starts when you stop running and allow yourself to sit with your emotions. Take a moment and ask yourself, what exactly am I feeling right now? If you're angry, let yourself feel that anger. If you're heartbroken, don't be afraid to cry. You are not weak for feeling pain. In fact, facing your pain makes you stronger than most. Writing down your emotions in a journal can be a powerful step. Seeing your feelings on paper helps you understand them better. You can also talk to someone you trust, a friend, a therapist, or even an online community. The worst thing you can do is isolate yourself. Remember, pain is inevitable, but suffering is optional. It's okay to hurt, but don't stay in that pain forever. Your healing begins the moment you stop pretending you're okay and start owning your story. So tell me, what's the hardest part of healing after betrayal? Drop a comment below. You never know who might find comfort in your words. Number 2. Stop blaming yourself. Take back your power. One of the biggest traps people fall into after betrayal is self-blame. You might ask yourself, what did I do wrong? Could I have prevented this? Was I not enough? This mindset is dangerous because it convinces you that the betrayal happened because of something you did or didn't do. But let's be clear, betrayal is a reflection of the betrayer, not the betrayed. Their actions were a choice. Their lack of integrity has nothing to do with your worth. It's natural to analyze the situation after being hurt, But instead of blaming yourself, shift your perspective. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this? Maybe you ignored red flags. Maybe you placed your happiness in someone else's hands. But those lessons don't mean you deserve to be hurt. They simply mean you now have the wisdom to make better choices in the future. Taking back your power means understanding that you were never the problem. It's easy to think that if you were prettier, smarter, or more exciting, things would have been different. But the truth is, betrayal happens even to the most beautiful, intelligent, and loving people. The problem was never you. It was their inability to be loyal, honest, and mature. If you've been blaming yourself, it's time to let that go. Look in the mirror and remind yourself, I am worthy of love. I am enough as I am. Their betrayal does not define me. Speak those words out loud until you start believing them. Because once you stop blaming yourself, you'll realize the power has been in your hands all along. Number 3, rediscover who you are. Become unstoppable. Betrayal can strip you of your identity. You start wondering, who am I without this person? Maybe you built your life around them, sacrificing parts of yourself to make the relationship work. But now that they're gone, you feel lost. This is normal. But here's the good news. This is your chance to rebuild yourself into someone even stronger. Think back to who you were before the betrayal. What dreams did you have? What hobbies did you enjoy? What parts of yourself did you put on hold for the relationship? It's time to bring those parts back. Start by making a list of things you've always wanted to do. Whether it's traveling, starting a new hobby, or focusing on your career. Now, take action. Even small steps will help you regain your sense of self. But rediscovering yourself isn't just about doing new things. It's about shifting your mindset. Stop seeing yourself as a victim. Start seeing yourself as a survivor. The strongest people in the world are the ones who turn their pain into power. Your comeback will always be greater than the setback, if you choose to rise. You are not just healing, you are evolving. You are becoming a version of yourself that is wiser, stronger, and more self-aware. So, what's one thing you're doing to rediscover yourself? Let me know in the comments. Number 4. Set boundaries. Like a boss, protect your peace. One of the biggest mistakes people make after betrayal is allowing the betrayer back into their lives too soon, or worse, never setting boundaries at all. When someone betrays you, it's a clear sign that they didn't respect your trust, your emotions, or your well-being. So why give them unlimited access to you again? Setting boundaries isn't about punishing others. It's about protecting yourself. Why are boundaries so important? After betrayal, betrayal can leave you feeling powerless, but boundaries help you reclaim control. They define what is and isn't acceptable in your life. Without them, you leave yourself open to repeated pain, manipulation, and toxic cycles. The truth is, the people who hurt you won't suddenly change overnight. If they disrespected you once, they can do it again. That's why you must protect yourself. Think about it. Would you leave the doors to your house unlocked after a break-in? Of course not. You'd install stronger locks, maybe even add security cameras. Your heart and mind deserve the same protection. Types of boundaries. You need to set one. Emotional boundaries. If someone betrayed you, they don't get to manipulate you into feeling guilty for protecting yourself. Their feelings are not your responsibility. It's okay to distance yourself from them, even if they say, "Can't we at least be friends?" 2. Communication. Boundaries. If you need time away from them, take it. You don't owe them instant replies or explanations. If staying in contact hurts your healing, block them if necessary. Protect your peace. 3. Physical boundaries. Maybe you are in a relationship and they expect to still see you or be around you as if nothing happened. If you don't feel comfortable, you're allowed to say, "No, I need space." 4. Time boundaries. Healing takes time, and you don't owe anyone an immediate decision on whether to forgive them or not. Take your time before letting anyone back into your life, if you ever do. Standing firm in your boundaries. Here's a harsh truth. The people who benefited from you having no boundaries will be the most upset when you start setting them. They will call you cold, selfish, or unforgiving, but that's because they can no longer take advantage of you. Do not fall for guilt-tripping or manipulation. Let's be real. If they truly cared about you, they wouldn't have betrayed you in the first place. And if they have changed, they will respect your boundaries instead of trying to break them. How to enforce your boundaries. Say no without guilt. You don't have to explain yourself. No is a complete sentence. Walk away from toxic people. Not everyone deserves a second chance, and not everyone is meant to stay in your life. Prioritize your peace. If a situation feels draining, remove yourself from it. Healing is about choosing yourself every single time. Number 5. Learn to trust. Again, but do it on your terms. After betrayal, trust feels like a shattered mirror. You can try to put the pieces back together, but it will never look the same again. And that's actually a good thing, because the way you trusted before, that version of you was too trusting, too open, too vulnerable to the wrong people. Now, you have the chance to rebuild trust wisely, on your terms. Why is it so hard to trust again? Betrayal makes you question everything. You might find yourself overthinking every action, doubting people's words, and assuming the worst. Even when someone is genuine, a small voice in your head whispers, "But what if they're lying?" This is normal. Your brain is trying to protect you from future pain. But if you stay in that mindset forever, you will push away good people who actually deserve your trust. How to rebuild trust without fear. 1. Start with self-trust. The most important person to trust again is yourself. Betrayal makes you doubt your own judgment. You might think, "How did I not see the signs? How could I be so blind?" But remember this, you are wiser now. The lessons you learned will help you make better decisions. Start by trusting your gut. If something feels off, listen to that feeling. 2. Trust in small steps. Don't rush into deep connections. Trust people in small ways first. See if they're consistent. Do their actions match their words? Trust isn't just about believing people. It's about observing them over time. 3. Give new people a fair chance. Not everyone is your past. If you compare every new person to the one who betrayed you, you'll never truly move forward. It's okay to be cautious, but don't let fear stop you from experiencing love and genuine connections. 4. Forgive, but don't forget. Forgiveness doesn't mean you let someone back into your life. It simply means you release the burden of resentment. But just because you forgive doesn't mean you forget the lesson. Use that wisdom to protect yourself in the future. What if you get betrayed again? Let's be honest. There are no guarantees in life. Trusting again does come with risks. But here's something to remember. You have already survived betrayal once. You are stronger than you think. If someone betrays you again, you won't break. You will simply rise, just like you did before. The difference now is that you won't ignore red flags, you won't give unlimited chances, and you won't let anyone make you feel less than you are. Trust is a gift. Give it carefully, but don't be afraid to give it at all. The right people will prove themselves worthy of it. And when you finally meet someone who respects and values your trust, you'll realize why it was worth waiting for. What's the biggest lesson betrayal taught you about trust? Let's talk in the comments. Betrayal feels like the end, but in reality, it's a new beginning. It's the moment where you stop giving your power away, where you set the boundaries you should have set long ago, and where you finally realize your worth does not depend on how someone else treated you. The pain? It wasn't for nothing. It made you stronger, wiser, and more selective about who gets access to your heart. You're no longer the person who trusts blindly or tolerates disrespect. You are evolving into someone who chooses themselves first. And that's not selfish, that's survival. Yes, healing takes time. Yes, trusting again feels terrifying. But remember this, you have already survived the worst part. The part where you felt broken, betrayed, and lost. Now comes the part where you rise, the part where you take back control, build yourself up, and walk forward with a new level of confidence. Betrayal does not define you. Your comeback does. So stand tall, rebuild with wisdom, and most importantly, never let the actions of someone who didn't value you determine the way you see yourself. If this video resonated with you, hit subscribe, turn on notifications, and drop a fire emoji in the comments if you're ready to reclaim your power. Let's rise together.